Good morning, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most citizen. I am the diaspora merchant, my people, all in all. It was another beautiful day for a protest and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's fame. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you re-enslaved the African American, the Latinos, etc.? There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I have protested and when I have updated you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to you something from the word of the Most High God. We are still in the book of Revelation, and we have uncovered many wonderful truths. We are in Revelation chapter 11, and we have dealt with the two witnesses, or we are dealing with the two witnesses. For the sake of continuity, let us recap just a little to bring you up to date as to what we went over on Friday, and continue from there. We saw in Revelation chapter 11 that a reed was given to John the Revelator, and he was told to go and measure the temple of the Most High God, but he must leave out the outer courts, because the outer courts was given to the Gentiles, and they would tread upon it for 42 months, or 1,260 days. We also went to the book of Ezekiel, and we discussed Ezekiel chapter 40 to 44, and we discovered that Ezekiel, like John, was given a reed, and he was told to measure the temple in Jerusalem, and he did so. However, in Ezekiel chapter 44, we discovered that the Israelites who are responsible for the care of the temple, they allow uncircumcised strangers into the Most High Temple, and they start doing things that were contrary to the laws of the Most High God and contrary to the worship of God, the God of heaven. And the Most High God gave the Israelites some instructions. He says, you brought strangers who are uncircumcised in heart and in flesh into my kingdom, and they cause the Levite to go astray. Get them out of my temple, and don't ever bring any strangers into my temple that is uncircumcised in heart and in flesh. The Most High God said to John the Revelator, don't measure the outermost court of the temple, because that area was given to the Gentiles, and they are going to tread upon it for 42 months, or 1,260 days. We also examined the word Gentiles, and we discovered that the word Gentiles was a fairly recent word that was coined in about the 14 or the 1500s, which is about 15 or 1400 years after John the Revelator have died. So now we are wondering, what was the word that is used in that prophecy by the Most High God to describe those people who would have tread Jerusalem under their feet? We also discovered that the so-called Gentiles, it referred to the Caucasians who would have trampled the holy city and the temple of the Most High God under their feet for 42 months. And this 42 months started in BC 331, when Greece, the Caucasian nation, conquered Israel, and it ended in AD 929, exactly 1,260 perfect years, when Israel was left abandoned. We concluded that the Caucasians in AD 331 went to Israel. They disrespected the holy city of the Most High God, Jerusalem. They disrespected the Israelites. They disrespected the temple of the Most High God. They disrespected the furnitures of the Most High God. They disrespected the scriptures of the Most High God. Because remember, they eventually burned the temple of the Most High God. They eventually stole all the furnishing of the temple of the Most High God. And they took all of the scriptures of the Most High God. It took the Caucasians 1,260 years to destroy Israel and all of the things of the Most High God. And it was going to take the two witnesses that verse 3 of Revelation 11 spoke about, the same period of time, to correct that which the Caucasians did. So let us continue from Revelation chapter 11 verse 3 and discuss what is going to happen in the next few verses, because there's a lot to unpack here. A lot of real serious thing we're going to unpack here. Most High speaking through his Son, and I give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days in sackcloth. That means they'll prophesy for 1,260 days in sackcloth. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. These are the candlestick and the two olive trees standing before the God of the earth. And if any man shall hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouths and devoured them and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must die in this manner. Let us stop here for the time being and discuss what is happening here. What are the two witnesses that the Most High God is speaking about here through his Son Yahushua to John? You see, the scriptures have every answer to every question the scriptures pose to us. In order for us to truly answer this question, we have to now go over to Zechariah chapter 4. And Zechariah chapter 4 give us the answer to what are the two witness, or the candlestick, or the lampstand are. What are the two witnesses, the olive trees, or the lampstand are, or the candlesticks are? Let me give you a background to what is happening here in Zechariah. Zechariah was asleep, and he was awakened by an angel, and he was asked by the angel to tell him what he saw. So Zechariah chapter 4 verse 2 says, "And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I said, I have looked, and I behold a candlestick, all of gold, with a bowl upon its top, and his 7 lamps thereon, and 7 pipes, and 7 lamps, which are upon the top of thereof, and 2 olive trees by it, one upon the right side of the bowl, and the other upon the left side thereof. So I answered and spake to the angels that talked with me, saying, What are these, my Lord? Verse 5. Then the angel that talked with me answered and said unto me, Knowest thou not what these be? And I said, No, my Lord. Then he answered me and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might nor by power, but by the Spirit, said the Lord of hosts. So what Zechariah saw was a candlestick made of gold with a bowl on top. He also saw 7 lamps and 7 pipes coming from the 7 lamps. And he saw 2 olive trees, one on either side of the bowl. So when Zechariah asked the angel, What does this mean? In verse 6, the angel gives Zechariah what it meant, and I will explain what it means here. He said unto Zechariah, This is the word of the Most High God unto Zerubbabel. What the angel said was? It was the word of the Most High God unto Zerubbabel. Let me give you further clarification here. And then we will tie in to what it meant in Revelation chapter 11, starting at verse 3. The golden candlestick represents the scriptures, the uncorrupt, undiluted word of the Most High, as was written by the prophets. The gold represents its purity. That means the words of the prophets came from the Most High God himself. And the candlestick represents the light in which this word gave to the Israelite nation to guide them into all truth so that they can be faithful to the Most High God. If you notice carefully, in Zechariah, there were 2 olive trees. And in Revelation, it spoke about the olive trees also, which were referred to as the 2 witnesses. What you have to come to realize here is as long as the golden candlestick were present, the 2 olive trees were not needed. Because remember, the golden candlestick represented the undiluted word of the Most High God as came from the prophets. Something significant happened in between AD 325 and AD 331. What happened? The Council of Laodicea take the undiluted word of the Most High God that came from the prophet, the scriptures, and they chop it up into small pieces. Now the scriptures were no longer golden. It loses its purity because the Caucasians put their filthy hand on our scriptures. So what is happening here? They created the Bible. So the Most High had to present another text to offset what the Caucasians did. And that text was a testimony that spoke of the Most High God with reverence and with great care. And that testimony was the Quran. So the 2 witnesses that is spoke about in Revelation chapter 11 verse 3 is the Holy Bible and the Quran. The Holy Bible, which was a corrupt version of the scriptures that was created by the Caucasians, had to be subsidized by the Quran in order for the Most High people to receive the whole truth and nothing but the truth as it relates to him, his kingdom, and his plans for man. The Holy Bible and the Holy Quran are the 2 witnesses. They are the only 2 documents. And the Holy Quran was given so that it could complement the Bible and offset the errors that were placed in the Bible by the Caucasians to ensure that every Israelite and every son and daughter of Noah is lost with them and end up in hellfire. Like the word of the Most High, which is referred to in Revelation as a 2-edged sword, so the 2 witnesses in Revelation are also figurative. Like this video, share this video, leave your comment on this video, let me know what you're thinking about this topic. And remember, there are many more videos like this that can be found right here. Go about and peruse them and let me know what are your thoughts about those videos. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the Diaspora Machismo. I'll talk to you soon.